Hi, I'm Doug.
And I'm Cathy.
And this is Maggie Mae. Join us as we follow the moon. Today, we are going to finish off the state of Oklahoma on Route 66 as we start in Catoosa, Oklahoma, and work our way east. And in Catoosa, they're famous for one big thing with Route 66 that we're about to show you.
I have been so looking forward to this.
I know, the whole trip. So come along.
Thanks.
Now, across the road, you'll see this Arrowwood trading post that doesn't look like it's had any activity in years.
A long time.
But the blue whale is definitely the highlight. And we have seen pictures of this from not that many years ago that it was really in disrepair.
Yeah.
And it has really been taken care of. Our understanding, this was originally built by Hugh Davis for his wife who collected whales. And then it kind of just lapsed for a while. And I believe now Catoosa, the city, has taken this over and has made it like a city park.
And it's really nice.
It really is. It's in great shape. You can walk all the way out into the tail. You cannot swim there at this point, but they still do have those two slide fins.
Yeah.
They got a neat little picnic area. It's definitely a must stop.
And there's a nice little trail going around it and also down behind it.
That's right. And they're only 959 miles from the Jackrabbit Trading Post. Next up is Ed Galloway's Totem Pole Park. And Ed retired in 1937, and this became his hobby. And there are all these totem poles around in this park, and there you can see there's picnic areas. It's a beautiful park, but this is the one they're famous for. It is 90 foot tall and 30 feet wide at the base. That's not a diameter, that's the width, is 30 foot. It was completed in 1948. And
I love the inside.
Yeah, you can go inside here, but when you're inside, be sure to check out the sign. Those specifications, 100 tons of material, and those were all taken to the top by pulley. Now, Mr. Galloway made all these totem poles, and what a great park. And then they also built this building, which was called the Fiddle House. And when he was not able to work outside because of the weather or because of darkness, he made fiddles. And there are 300 of his fiddles displayed around the outside of the room. And from what we were told, every one is a different type of wood.
You started out with a couple of them that were you could play, and the rest of them were for the artwork.
Now, next up, this is an unusual one. This is in Chelsea, Oklahoma, and it is a pedestrian underpass that goes under the main road here, but they've turned it into their little piece of Route 66 because the underpass goes under Route 66.
It's pretty cool.
It really is. And it has things from their area there, all done as this snapshot mural. It really kind of encapsulates the feel of Route 66.
Sure does.
Now, this is a neat landmark, the Pryor Creek Bridge. This was on original Route 66 that was actually from 1926 to 1932, and then the road was rerouted slightly. But this bridge goes all the way back there. It is a 123 foot long iron bridge, and it is on the list of historic places, the National List of Historic Places.
And I think there's a spot to put a sticker.
I think there was.
Yes.
And you can still drive across it. And this is what the road was like on the original stretch of
It's so
66.
amazing.
Now, as you're coming out of town, you'll go past the Chelsea Hotel, and you'll see a few more landmarks in Route 66. But this one, the Western Motel, side by side are two great landmarks. This is one of the older original hotels, and it's still operating to this day. Right beside it is the Highway Cafe. And the Highway Cafe looks just like a lot of little roadside diners. They definitely have themed things up in Route 66. Not only into the murals, there's Betty Boop right by their official signage, but they have a muffler man, and he's got his suitcase, so he must be heading across Route 66.
That's right.
They also have the car that has the Guinness Book of World Records for the most stickers on a car. It now has one more.
That's right.
Now we're going to take a little ride through town here.
I love going through these little old towns.
Oh, I know.
The architecture is just so beautiful.
There was a bank there with a big marquee out in front, like it had been a theater. And in Miami, Oklahoma, we come across the Gateway sign. Now that Gateway sign is not the original one. It only was there for the first few years. They took it down, but they have now made an updated replica of that sign. And you're also going to find murals throughout Miami.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot
They
of
were
things.
all over the place.
A lot of things that are painted up for Route 66.
And you wonder how much of it is geared towards this next year's 100th anniversary.
Yeah, there's a lot of things happening along the route right now that are really gearing things up for next year for the 100th anniversary. One of the things most known for in Miami is the Coleman Theatre. This building is absolutely incredible. It looks so perfect.
It is so beautiful and still being used.
Yes. And it was built in 1929. It has a long, long history.
And when you see the inside of this, you're blown away because this is a little town and this building is so magnificent.
It is open for tourists, and if they have anyone available at the time, they'll walk you through it. The lady that took me through said she's 83 years old now, and she remembered dancing on that stage when she was 6.
Yeah.
There she is. That is a Wurlitzer Theater pipe organ. In fact, they're going to be having a concert there in a couple of weeks on that. But I've been in big cities with restored theaters that weren't this elaborate.
Yeah.
It is definitely a must-see.
And that building was interesting.
It's right across the street and so different in appearance. You can see there in the picture it was a Sherwin-Williams store. This was those people that had the Sherwin-Williams, their son. And
He painted the rotunda at the Oklahoma
State Capitol
State
building.
Capitol.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you missed that was in one of our prior videos. Another great mural. And one thing I didn't realize was in Miami, Oklahoma, but my wife found this one, the Newell Factory.
Oh, those gals in the theater were quite informative.
This is where those ultra expensive, ultra luxury handmade coaches come from. So next time you see a Newell, it had its beginnings in Miami, Oklahoma.
Right there.
just about 3 miles down the road, we're in Commerce, Oklahoma. And we want to tell you about this little Conoco filling station. It never was a filling station, but it is now.
Yeah.
It's the perfect shaped building for it, but our understanding it had been a beauty parlor. It had been a number of things over the years. Right across the street from it is a major landmark, though, the Dairy King. This was originally a Marathon gas station, built in 1927, and then they started selling ice cream in 1951, and the couple that own it have been there, I believe they said, for 45 years. We had a fried tenderloin, French fries, and a coney dog. Everything wrapped in paper, just like it used to be. And this is the main street of Commerce, which is historic Route 66. And if you look at the old pictures of it, about the only thing that's changed, that water tower used to be up on legs, and now it's a more modern water tower. This building, I believe, was a thrift store. Everywhere you look is Route 66. Well, Cathy, we have just made it all the way across west to east in Oklahoma on Route 66. What have you thought about Route 66 in Oklahoma?
Just as amazing as the rest of it. It's all different, but it's just so cool.
Yeah, it does seem like each different area has its own character, has its own flavor.
Definitely.
But it couldn't be any more fun. So we are leaving Oklahoma. We have a truck going by, I'm sorry, but we are leaving Oklahoma and we are heading out to Kansas, the next state we come to on Route 66. It's the shortest amount of Route 66 of any state. That'll be coming up next week. Until then, if you've liked the video today, leave us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, watch for the button up in the top corner. If you tap that, ring the notification bell, you'll know when every one of our videos come out.
And thank you for following us as we follow the moon.